Okay, thank you for watching my video. I hope you managed to make it to the end of it. In this video I'm attacking into the gun store in the Agia Marina. I am fully aware that there is an enemy around the gun store, as there normally is. My aim at the moment is to take the truck full of goodies that I have down to the gun store. I'm not going to do this by driving straight in though, as that can be quite a gung-ho move, and I don't really want to get shot on the way in. The gun store is quite heavily barricaded. I wouldn't fancy my chances too much at trying to run straight down and in, and also as there is an enemy there, they could be lying in ambush. I choose to take the slow route in, so I'll have a look round using my Catiba MRCO scope as a makeshift binocular. Here I'm running in with a gun store, trying to keep my own line of sight of it, however also trying to break that line of sight with other objects, whether these be trees, potentially pylon, natural hills and valleys, or vehicles which are strewn across the land. Fortunately for me, there are quite a few vehicles on the way in towards the gun store, and as the land is quite up and down, quite hilly, I do actually have some pretty good cover as I go in. I've already managed to accrue some pretty decent kit on me. This is because I've come from the complete opposite side of the map and really taken my time as I'm moving over, as you could see from my inventory there. I've managed to accrue some additional attachments for my weapon, such as a silencer and the MRCO scope, which are going to help me with my stealthy approach. Here I'm asking if anybody else is around, just purely because if I can get more than one of us going in on this gun store, it is going to be of a benefit to us. Unfortunately the server is quite quiet, and at this point I believe there is only one other person on my team. So another quick look around using the scope for the weapon. I'm very aware that sometimes people are drawn towards the cars, so I just want to make doubly sure before I go in at the gun store that I'm not going to get shot from this side, as this is my very open side. I'm not too sure why I paused out here. I think I was looking for the player list just to see if I could confirm that I was on my own. At this point there is another player, like I said earlier, however they chose to ignore me. So those two vehicles are of particular interest to me because they do look like they've been strewn there by a human driving. Again, I don't want to get too close to them in case there is somebody near them hiding just out the way of the gun store catchment. However, I want to stay far enough away again so that I can still see the gun store but get a shot on the vehicles. At this point I have a good view over the gun store. Unbeknown to me, the enemy does probably have a very good overview of where I am. So normally I'd expect them to be lying in the grass or just near the gun store, so I go for an option to try and draw them out. I thought my aiming was quite on there, but it actually ended up coming rather short. At this point I hadn't actually noticed the enemy stood in the pylon. On reflection, I think I'm quite lucky that the enemy didn't manage to hone in on where I was coming from straight away, as if they had, I probably wouldn't have been able to last as long as what I did do. Again, I'm using the MRCO scope as a makeshift binocular to try and scope out. Ultimately, if somebody does pop their head up, I can just take a quick shot to see if I can take them out. At this point I've heard the shots coming in, and I am frantically looking around trying to find where the shots are coming from. My first gut reaction was the vehicles that were to the side of me, as I'm fairly confident I'm covered from all of their angles. one last shot in towards the gun store, just to try and throw that diversion that little bit again. At this point I'm also wondering why nobody's popping up if they've scarpered. A quick check on the map shows that they haven't. Normally at this point I will probably go down towards the sea and try and come up at the gun store. However, on this occasion I did decide to try and go back up the road because I am very aware that I do have a lorry full of quite valuable kit and I really do actually want to sell that to get some money. Quick run backwards up the road. Not only will this give me a little bit of cover if anybody is aware of what my position was, but this should also give me a slightly better view over the gun store. The natural landscape sees to it that I do have a pretty good cover here. Fortunately at this point I do spot the enemy in the pylon. Not believing my luck, I go prone ready to make the shot. At this point the enemy has also spotted me, so it's a case of who can get the shot off first. Fortunately I get the kill. Probably my best kill shot yet. I've included a replay. I'm proud of that one. A quick scout round to make sure that I am alone, and if you notice there, Ethis or Ethis also disconnected, so I managed to get him to rage quit, something which I'm quite happy about. I also publicly name and shame him as well. Thank you for watching my video. Please make sure that you like, share and subscribe it, and feel free to visit my website.